Boom! What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Friday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today we're going to be taking a look at, I guess, the first beer from that I think I've ever reviewed from Ingenious Brewing Company. They're located in Humble, Texas, and they like to do a couple of cool things down there. They're very open-minded when it comes to wanting people to kind of experience new styles of beer and all that kind of stuff, and kind of unique kind of flavor profiles as well. They do a bunch of cool different beers out there. They make sure they kind of specify in a couple of them when it comes to like tart, fruited sours. They do a lot of pastry stouts, and they do other hop-filled IPAs, and then they like to do milkshake IPAs. So today we're going to be taking a look at one that is a milk stout from them that they actually collaborated with a place called Ape's Confectionery, I think it is. So I like when breweries kind of collab with non-breweries to come out with like maybe some pastry stouts and all that kind of stuff, especially like bakeries, because a lot of the times they're going to kind of work with that bakery or something like that to kind of use what they make to flavor the beer. So because this is a 10% milk stout made with bananas, wafer cookies, and vanilla beans. So it's supposed to be like a banana pudding kind of situation, and I would not be surprised if they actually if this confectionery place made the wafer cookies and that's what they used in this beer, which I think is really, really cool. I love when breweries do like small business collaborations, even though they're not in the same industry. I think that's just a really cool kind of partnership you can create, especially when it comes to a milk stout, because milk stouts have to be very, very decadent and I feel like this is going to be a good one. So this one comes out to a 10% ABV, so I definitely wouldn't consider this one sessionable at all. Plus, this was a little trade that I did with a friend of mine down in Texas, the Real Beer Snob on Instagram, and we did just a nice, easy little trade. Gave him some stuff that I had that was Illinois beers, and then he sent me some Texas stuff where he's at. So I'm pretty excited to give a bunch of these a try, because I think I have like 6 to 7 beers from him that I'm beer reviewing. So keep an eye out for those. There are going to be plenty of those coming in the near future. But yeah, I'm expecting this to be pretty damn delicious. If it tastes anything like a banana pudding, I'm all for it. I love banana pudding, and I love the theme of this beer as well, just because I'm a gamer. I'm a game nerd at heart. Always will be. Have been my entire life. And what they did, they made it like Donkey Kong kind of themed. If you look at the can art in this one, it's actually shaped like an NES cartridge, which I think is really, really cool. And what they say here on the can is, a southern dessert classic combines with more fun than a barrel full of monkeys. For this milk stout, grandma's pudding great, but try some of the... Okay, grandma's pudding is great, but then try some of this. So I'm expecting this to kind of taste like banana pudding. Of course, all the ingredients that make up a banana pudding, really, when it comes to bananas, vanilla wafers, vanilla beans, kind of creating that vanilla pudding kind of aspect to it. But of course, there's definitely a really, really nice creaminess when it comes to milk stouts as well, just because that's how they usually are. They want to be more sweet than anything. So I'm probably going to get a little bit of booziness coming from this one, most likely. So I want to see if the booziness kind of helps with that kind of like sweet decadence that it's going to be involved in with this one. So hopefully it actually mixes really well. So let's crack this thing open and see what this thing's like on the nose. Let's give this guy a smell. Okay. Getting a little bit of the vanilla coming through. Not really, actually. Yeah, the banana's coming through a little bit. Not too crazy on the banana when it comes to how it's coming on through the aromas. Definitely getting vanilla kind of aspects to it. Definitely getting some kind of like cookie note come through. So I'm curious how much wafer cookies they added per batch, because most likely that's something that you're gonna probably have to put like put that shit in the cheesecloth, and it's gonna, because the moment you have it conditioned on there, it's most likely gonna be sitting in there during the bright tank process of when it's sitting in because you're not gonna put it in there when it's fermenting. It's gonna be weird, and it's kind of, I don't know. I don't feel like adding all the stuff during the fermenting stage it would be a weird situation. I think you probably transfer it over to the bright tank, and that's when you kind of add the bananas, the vanilla beans, and all the wafer cookie situation. But yeah, this smells pretty damn delicious. Not really getting a lot of booziness, but I'm definitely getting sweetness coming from it. So let's pour this thing and see what this thing's all about. Gonna be drinking out of my untapped tulip glass this afternoon. Let's pour this guy. Oh yeah, dark is my soul, which I like. A little bit of like a lightish brown head coming through. But oh yeah, I feel like this is gonna be absolutely delicious. able to pour the entire can into this tulip glass. This is only a 12 ouncer, so but a 10% 12 ouncer to kind of start your weekend off right, I think is a nice one. Yep, definitely getting more of the banana and the wafer cookie coming through. Definitely, the banana note in here is definitely the banana that I would expect out of a banana pudding. It's not like any kind of runty candy banana kind of situation, which is really, really nice. Because you never know, they can add the actual bananas and they could be using like banana concentrates in there as well, but I doubt that. There might be some concentrates in there, maybe some vanilla extract, but I don't know if they went too heavy. I think they just like using the natural kind of flavors coming off from the ingredients that they add. Yeah, it smells absolutely delicious. So let's give this guy a try and see what it's all about. So, cheers, everybody. Happy Friday. Okay. Okay, let's see. So with this one, it's interesting because definitely getting some roasty kind of notes, a little bit of more of a boozier kind of roasty kind of flavors coming through, coming from the malts. Definitely isn't too sweet, which I'm actually really surprised at with it being a milk stout. Sometimes with milk stouts, they could end up giving a little bit of too much sweetness to where whenever I drink it personally, my mustache is too long. It kind of almost sugarcoats the mustache a little bit, not really having that kind of thing going. Definitely has a little bit of an effervescence to it. Not really as heavy of a body when it comes to just being that thick, kind of creamy milk stout. So there definitely is like a little bit of an effervescence to it. But overall, flavors are a little bit lighter than I expected, but overall it's still a pretty solid milk stout. Definitely getting a little bit of sweetness from the vanilla. I think the vanilla and the vanilla wafers are kind of working with each other to add a little bit of vanilla flavor. The banana is very, very subtle in this. That's why I'm thinking they probably just used regular banana, or they probably just mashed up some bananas and put it in the cheesecloth when they were putting it in the bright tank. But I feel like if they would have added the moment it kind of lingers on your tongue a little bit more, it kind of has that aftertaste of a fresh banana, that's actually pretty nice. Pretty nice. You're not getting the banana up front when you drink it. You're not getting like as you're doing the process of having it in your mouth and swallowing. The banana flavor really isn't there that much. To me, you get the banana more on the back end of the aftertaste. So overall, nice kind of roasty notes up front. Nice like doses of vanilla in there. So the vanilla is really, really nice. Adds a little bit of sweetness, but not too much sweetness. Not really much booziness for a 10%. So that's a really, really nice situation. And it says here on Untappd, this is a 40 IBU, so they probably added a little bit of hops in here to kind of add bitterness. Just because with a stout, you kind of still want to balance out bitterness. Of course, it helps with your volume as you're moving over and all that kind of stuff. So overall, this beer is pretty solid. Pretty damn solid. I'm enjoying this one. So let's look here on my friends list. Actually, before we do all that in Untappd, of course, it says pretty much the same thing on Untappd's description of this beer as I right off the can. It's an Imperial milk stout conditioned on bananas, vanilla wafers, and vanilla beans, and it's a collaboration with Ape's Curious Confectionery. So, what else do we got here? Stated that's a 10% ABV, 40 IBUs. So 40 IBUs isn't bad, definitely on that lower to mid tier kind of IBU rating, and with over 854 ratings, this one has an average rating of 4.01 out of 5, which isn't bad. Definitely not bad at all. And if you want to possibly get your hands on something similar to this, because I don't think it's available at the brewery right now, because I was looking through the website, it doesn't show that it's available for like to-go cans and all that kind of stuff, or being served at the brewery. Untappd was a really cool thing to where they show similar beers of the beer you're looking at, just because you might be able to find something similar that could be around your neck of the woods to where you can find it. So let's look and see what Untappd shows as a similar beer for this one. And we got a couple here. So we got the answer that shows up on a lot of different beers that I review when it comes to the similar beers list. I don't know why the answer's on there, but let's see what they're showing. We got one here called the Stephen Summers Macaroon, which is probably a macaroon stout kind of thing, chocolate milkshake, cacao nibs, definitely more. I think that may bring similar like roasty kind of chocolatey flavors, even though there's not really much chocolatey flavors in this. But I think like kind of the roasty situation might kind of be similar, even though that's going to be, I feel like that one may be a little bit more decadent. We got one here from Angry Chair Brewing. It's a variant of their adjacent trail, which is the barrel aged adjacent trail, which I don't know. That's definitely gonna be more boozy. I would say if it's barrel aged, not really gonna pick that one because you're not really getting much booziness. Let's see. We got one here from High Branch Brewing Co. called Ain't Playin', which is a double stuffed Oreo Imperial double milk stout. Packaged. It says packaged on 4/3/20. So I wonder if they did this one again. 10.2%. I'm guessing it's an Oreo stout. Definitely gonna be more chocolatey on that one. Not really. I don't know if I'd consider that one similar. Let's see. We got another one here from The Answer called Why is the Answer, which is a 12.75%. Aged in California brandy barrels, Imperial milk stout. Nah, not really gonna. Well, actually, it says it's aged with Vietnamese Weasel Chan coffee. May give similar bitterness kind of notes. But I don't know if I'd really consider that one similar. That's gonna be more of a coffee kind of situation. And then last one we got here is from Little Cottage Brewery, which is called the Double Barrel Cobra Kai, which is a whiskey and rum barrel aged stout, which, yeah, I'm not going to even... That's definitely going to be heavily on the booziness, especially when they're moving it over to 2 barrels. There's no way you're going to drink that and not get booziness. So, this is a tough one, to be honest, because I don't think any of these would probably be very, very similar to this one. I mean, when it comes to similar flavors of roastiness, of course, that all depends on the malt you're using and the kind of the hops that you're adding into the boil as well. Not really. There isn't going to be any dry hopping going on with this kind of beer, but trying to find something on this list that's similar, I think, is going to be tough, just because there's really no flavors of banana. Sure, you may get a little bit of roasty flavors that normally come into a stout, but I don't think that you're going to get something that's pretty identical to this, because you may be able to find hints of vanilla, but I don't know if you will be able to get that banana flavor coming through, because none of these beers that are showing up on this list have any notes of banana. So I think none of these, I would say, are probably going to be similar, to be honest. So finding something similar to this one, it's a tough one. I know there's plenty of beers out there that kind of have like a banana pudding profile. I just can't think of it at the moment, so my best recommendation, just go over to your local liquor store, bottle shop. If you're curious on getting into milk stouts or stouts in general, it's not your average kind of beer. It's definitely a select group of people enjoy this kind of style of beer. It's definitely heavy on the volume, heavy mouthfeel when it comes to thick, creamy heaviness. Booziness, definitely going to have a lot of those lower flavors coming through of malty, let's see, like almost like a roasty kind of bitterness coming through as well, just because a lot of the times when you're making a stout, the color comes from the roasted malts that they use in there. It's just, you're not really going to get anything that's going to bring off that kind of color when it comes to not adding the roasted malts, because when you're adding that grain into the mash, that stuff is black pretty much. It's like when you're, and you'll notice it. So that's mainly what's giving the color. So when everybody comes out with the golden stout, it's taking away the flavors of those roasted malts, using kind of a similar malt profile when it comes to the beer they're making, just taking away the roasted, just because it's not going to have that black kind of color, but you still can imitate pretty well when it comes to possibly imitating something like that, depending on if you want to make a golden stout or not. Who knows, you can probably add a little bit of like liquid smoke for bitterness. There's so many things that you could possibly do to kind of imitate the style of beer that a stout is when it comes to making like a golden stout as well. But let's look back here on Untappd, and it shows that there's a couple verified locations for either picking up this beer from Ingenious or just Ingenious beers in general. So we got one here in Denton, Texas called Herf's Denton County Tap House, which is like a beer bar. What else? We got the Craft Beer Quick Stop that carries some Ingenious stuff down in Phoenix. We got one place in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which is the Craft Beer Cellar that carries some Ingenious beers. Let's see, we got Uppsala Grocery in Sanford, Florida, and then we got a place called Brew City in Euless, Texas. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know, but yeah, overall, let's kind of start looking through these ratings and see if there's anybody in my friends list who check this one in. Let's see. I don't think so. Nope. So let's look here at the global ratings and see what people had to say, because this one has a A 4.01 with only having 854 ratings isn't bad at all. So that's a pretty decent average. So let's look here and see what other people have to say about this guy. So let's see. This person gave it a 3.75, purchased at the Drifter's Stand, which looks like it's a place overseas, I wonder. So I wonder if that's in like China or Japan. That's actually really cool, knowing that you can get this beer overseas. Let's see, a 3.75 here, purchased at the D&Q Beer Station, which is a place in Houston, Texas, like a beer store, wine shop, you name it. Another place overseas, looks like in Japan or China. I don't really know the difference between Chinese and Japanese when it comes to writing, but this is a 3.5 rating. Let's see. This person gave it a 3.75, saying not bad, a little fake tasting, which is an interesting kind of situation. A lot of times, if somebody thinks that something tastes fake, it most likely thinks that when that person drinking it, they don't taste anything to where like they had used actual ingredients. Which, with it being an Ingenious beer, I doubt that they used any kind of artificial flavorings when it comes to the profile they're coming out with this, because they promote being very, very kind of fresh ingredients, all that kind of stuff. So I don't think that they used any kind of faking or like imitation kind of situations when it comes to extracts and concentrates, all that stuff, because they like using the real thing. Let's see, we got another 3.75 here, purchased overseas. We got a 4.5 check-in. Let's see, we got a 4.75. Let's see, this person gave it a 3 out of 5, purchased at Ingenious Brewing Company, so I wonder if they just sold out. Let's see, another 3.5. Let's see, we got a 4. Purchased at Ingenious because he's drinking it out of an Ingenious tulip glass. Let's do 2 more. We got a 4.25 here, and then we got a 3.5 here. But okay, so pretty decent ratings on this one. A lot of 3.5s and 3.75s, but I think a lot of those kind of 4.25s and 4.75 ratings are kind of balancing out that check-in a lot. So, with all that being said, let's start trying to figure out what we're going to be doing for ratings on this end with this guy. So, first off, we like to look at can art. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I really, really enjoy this can art. How it's kind of themed like an NES kind of cartridge. Of course, the Donkey Kong on there. You see the vanilla wafers. You see the banana in his hand. He's giving you the horns, which I think is badass. Ingenious always has some really cool kind of ideas when it comes to their can art. They have a really cool logo. I really like the mixture of like a half brain, half hop situation for their logo. It's really, really clean. Of course, if it's not an Ingenious beer unless they have the logo going like that on the side. But having that kind of NES cartridge look to it, I think, is a super awesome. Definitely something that would catch my attention at a liquor store or bottle shop. And plus, I don't think this appeals to kids at all when it comes to the younger crowd, just because no kids or people in their early 20s are going to be drinking this style of beer, because first of all, I'd be lucky if they knew what the fuck, if they've ever played an NES. So this is definitely appealing to the crowd of people who used to play on the Super Nintendo, playing Donkey Kong, and just enjoying life. And so overall, can art in this one, I think, is absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to give this a solid 4.75 out of 5 for can art. I really, really like it. So let's see here. If I got this beer in a flight over at Ingenious Brewing Company, would I get another one? Let's see. I mean, I like it. Like how I said in the beginning of the video, I kind of wish the banana was a little bit more forward a little bit. But overall, the vanilla kind of is lighter on it as well, but still adds a decent sweetness. Kind of like those roasted kind of bitter flavors that are coming through. You can definitely tell that it's a 40 IBU. So, see, I don't know if I probably lean towards trying one of their fruited sours or another one of their pastry stouts, or possibly one of their milkshake or other IPAs before I would go back to get another one of these. But if I was offered one to drink, I would definitely drink it. Like if I decided to just want to get a glass of this, yeah, I'd drink it. I would have no problem doing that. But I don't think it's something that I would go out of my way to search for again. It'd be like one of those, okay, I had a can of it. I love the can art. I love the idea behind it. But it wouldn't be something that I'd be like, oh, I need to have a 4-pack of this in my fridge at all times. This is something that I can be a one and done with. So, with that being said, what is the final rating on this guy going to be? Oh, I'm going to give this a very, very solid 7 out of 10. Overall, really, really good. Of course, like I said, a couple things I wish were a little bit different with it, but overall, still a pretty damn solid beer. So big shout out to the Real Beer Snob for sending this over my way. Shout outs to Ingenious for coming out with a pretty solid beer. But overall, yeah, it's good. Yeah, I like it. So let's see what else we got here. I think other than that, that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. So of course, before I start doing the closing out thing, some patrons are here. So of course, I got some beer to give away to my Patreons. Of course, if you want to join my Patreon and have the opportunity to win some free beer, go ahead. Link to my Patreon's down in the description below. I do monthly 4-pack giveaways. So, and of course, at the beginning of the following month is when I do the giveaway for the last month. So today is now July 1st. So it's time for us to give away June's 4-pack. So I got random.org up here, and we got 4 guys here that are going to get the opportunity to win some beer. Of course, some of them are going to have more than one entry just because they decided to join a higher tier, so their chances of winning is a little bit better. So got the randomizer up right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one randomizer, second randomizer, and then on the third one is the person on the top is going to be announced as the winner. So let's do it. Let's do number 1. Okay. Number 2. And last but not least, the winner of June's 4-pack giveaway is going to be Mr. Grinchy Clouds. Grinchy Clouds is the winner of June's 4-pack giveaway. So, sir, if you're going to watch this video, hit me up on either Instagram, Discord, or Patreon. We'll get this things worked out. Shoot me your address, and I'll get this beer sent out to you as soon as possible. So, big shout outs to Mr. Grinchy Clouds for winning this one. He's the newest patron, and he gets a nice 4-pack of beer. The cool thing about that one is there's a beer that I actually brew in there as well, so he's going to be able to try some stuff that I make. So, again, big congratulations to Mr. Grinchy Clouds. I don't know if he's in chat right now, but if he's going to watch on the replay, but big shout outs to him. And, of course, if you want to, I'll start doing the rundown a little bit of where you can find me on my social medias, and if you want to possibly join in and get the opportunity to win a 4-pack of beer from me, you could definitely do so. So if you want to hit me up on any of my social medias when it comes to shoot me a follow and all that kind of stuff. Of course, I have an Instagram where you see what I'm being reviewing the day of. Of course, I do my daily hand checks the day of the review, so you can find out what's being reviewed that day and all that kind of stuff like that. But you'll also see a little bit of shenanigans that I do over at the brewery when it comes to either brewing, kegging, whatever. But you can see what I'm doing over there. Some new stuff that we're releasing. I do a lot of posting when it comes to new things that are happening at the brewery. So, of course, you can keep an eye out for that if you ever want to see what's going on at Fibs. But let's see. Of course, you can shoot me a friend request on... Nice face, mate. Thank you, sir. But... what was I going to say? Of course, you could shoot me a follow on Untapped as well. You guys hear me talk about Untapped all the time. It's a fantastic platform. I absolutely love it when it comes to... I like to call it Facebook for beer drinkers. It's really, really fun. You can check in beers, get badges, all that kind of stuff. It's just overall a fantastic platform. If you're a craft beer fan and you're not on Untapped yet, I'm talking to you, Rhett's Beard, who's new into the craft beer game. You need to get yourself over to Untapped. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. You can see what's popular near you, what's popular globally. They have like the map kind of thing going on to where you can see breweries near you. Of course, some verified venues when it comes to liquor stores or bottle shops and what they carry. It's an overall really, really fantastic platform. You can download on Android or iPhone. And also, if you want to possibly get your hands on some other Ingenious beer, I think they are available through Tavour. I think I've seen some of their beers while strolling through Tavour. Tavour is a fantastic platform. You guys hear me talk about them all the time. I haven't mentioned them lately, but I just kind of let you guys know right in the beginning of where I purchased it. So overall, yeah, solid beer. Let's see what else here. I think that is pretty much it. Of course, last but not least, of course, the Patreon is available. Like I said, I do monthly 4-pack giveaways when it comes to craft beer, Illinois exclusive craft beer. I try to stick to anything that is local to me that most likely people around the country can't get their hands on. Well, it could be some distribution out there, but yeah, Rhett, you do like IPAs now, so you can get yourself over to Untapped. And let's see. Other than that, yeah, you could join my Patreon, win some have the opportunity to win a 4-pack of Illinois exclusive craft beer. Plus, I'm planning to do like merch, koozies, glassware. I'm working on. Plus, I'm thinking about it's probably going to be around when there's a little bit more people in there. I'm going to make a Patreon exclusive Discord for the patrons when it comes to things you can do in there. You can do some beer trading in there. I'm going to make a channel for that. There's a bunch of other stuff that I have planned. So if you want the opportunity to get your hands on any of the opportunities that I'm going to be giving away when it comes to merch, glassware, coasters, koozies, getting your chance to win some beer, join the Patreon. It's a fun time, fun group of people over there. And things are just going to get better, I think, over there. So take advantage of the opportunity while you can. But other than that, that is what I have for you guys today. So thank you, everybody in chat again, for hanging out. You guys are amazing. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to end it like I always do before we get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see y'all next time. Cheers.